Hey gang, welcome to another edition of Doc Schlock, where it's a review of the movie Hansel and Gretel Get Baked. Here we go. Gee, you think that title kind of has a sort of double entendre? Or a different kind of meaning? Probably.
I'm not at all ashamed to say that I'm growing marijuana in my yard. Growing marijuana in my yard. Got little pots of pipe spread out all over the lot 'cause I'm growing marijuana in my yard.
It's what you would expect. It's Hansel and Gretel living in a modern day time, and they're potheads. All they ever keep hearing about is that somebody in town is supposed to be growing the best weed ever called black forest weed. And who would it be? It would be the witch. Of course, they don't know she's a witch, but of course, I didn't know this movie was going to be this bad. So it's pretty much Hansel and Gretel story, except Hansel and Gretel are young adults and they grow, sell, and smoke pot. Anyway, the witch in this movie, is named Agnes. And you don't want to try and go to her house, because if her dog doesn't get you, she will. And when she gets you, you're pretty much done, because she'll suck the life right out of you, literally, so that she can preserve her youth. So we have one scene where Agnes turns one of Hansel and Gretel's friends into a sandwich. At least that's what it looked like she was preparing him for. She spread butter all over him, so yeah, it was pretty weird. So yeah, movie pretty much ends the way that it pretty much did in the story. The witch winds up in an oven, and she's done for. Or so you think. Because there's a bunch of ashes on the floor where her oven explodes. Yes, there's a big explosion in this movie. And a first responder arrives, sees a cat, decides to adopt it, but turns out the cat is really Agnes. So Agnes somehow survived the exploding oven. Agnes the cat kills the first responder and shows the audience that she was the cat. Meow. Meow. What a bad movie. I don't really get the appeal of why people want to try and turn childhood stories into this. It was just bad from beginning to end. It was just plain god awful. Yeah, trying to make Hansel and Gretel into modern day America, making the potheads, ridiculous idea. Of course, there have been other Hansel and Gretel movies that many said were not all that good, that were actually just as bad or even worse. But this is a movie I really did not care for, and I just didn't find it funny, and I found it just a boring, dull waste of time. And I don't even know why they gave Cary Elwes even kind of any kind of top billing. Top billing, sorry. He was in this movie around the first part of it, and he got killed off. So there you guys go. Maybe it was just to see if maybe it would sell or something. I don't know. Hansel and Gretel Get Baked. One way they do, but the witch is the one who wound up turning into cake. If you like my videos, feel free to subscribe. And if you have a horror, sci-fi horror, comedy horror, or fantasy horror movie that made you basically want to give up what you were doing, that may consider to be a bad thing, send it my way and I'll get on it ASAP. Thank you so very much for watching. So until next time, for Doc Schlock, stay strong and rock on. Smells kind of funny in here. Oh, I stepped in something.